In the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Ryan Aber. Ryan, Oklahoma has played in front of its share of large crowds, 85,000 every time it plays at home, 96,000 on a regular basis when it plays Texas. But this week's a little different. They're going into the six-figure land, Rocky Top. Tennessee has over 100,000 seats available in their stadium. This is something different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit different. There'll be approximately 105,000 people there in Knoxville on Saturday as the Sooners face Tennessee. And I think the initial breakdown is to write it off a little bit because they do play in front of big crowds often. They play in front of more than 95,000 regularly at OU Texas, although the capacity of Cotton Bowl has shrunk by a couple thousand the last few years. But then they've gone to South Bend and had success. They've gone to Tallahassee and beaten Florida State. So this isn't a team that's completely inexperienced, but you look at the youth at key positions here. Guys like D.D. Westbrook and Jarvis Baxter, the JUCO wide receivers, have never played in this kind of an environment. Talked to D.D. Westbrook the other day and said, what's the biggest road environment you played in? He said, maybe there was 2,000 people there. So 105,000 is a lot different. And the biggest difference, I think, is going to be for the offensive line. Those guys have got to be able to communicate up and down the line. And they sort of, play the childhood game of whisper in your partner's ear, and it goes down, and you hope that the message is the same when it reaches the end. Yeah. Ty Darlington communicates with the guards communicate with the tackles, and so on. So the noise will be a factor on Saturday, if nothing else.
Well, and you're right. They have played in in front of a lot of big crowds, but for a group that has, you talk about the offensive line. Orlando Brown will be making a start there, we presume, and that's a place he was committed to. There's a lot going on here when you start looking at all the guys and all the inexperience on both sides of the ball. Is there anything they can do to try to prepare for that?
Well, the main thing they're doing, and this is something that Bob Stoops has done for a long time, is pipe in crowd noise, pipe in music, especially when the offense is going during the week to simulate the way that they're going to have to communicate in those kinds of noisy environments. Yesterday I was walking across campus and you could hear the crowd noise from the other side of the stadium, and they're practicing on the outdoor track. So it was very loud, and the offensive lineman said it's very distracting initially, but it's something you've got to learn how to navigate.
I assume they've played Rocky Top a few times during practice as well.
I'm sure it will be played. I didn't hear it yesterday, but Thursday's the big day when they really crank it up. And I would be shocked if Rocky Top wasn't on the playlist.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.